Welcome. Today we're going to talk about task management and we're going to talk about task management on Notion. I've been making video about task management on Trello if you want to check this out. Trello is really easy to use in the beginning and Notion is more, how can I say? You have to work way more in the beginning to build your system, but once it's done, you can do way more stuff, have different views. So we're going to see this right away. So let's get into it. You have here the what I should do. So I want a system where I have my tasks, my projects, my deadline, and the status. So for every task, I want to know all of this very easily. It's very useful if you're dealing with many projects at the time, you have many tasks, many inputs, etc. So you want to organize everything so you can prioritize better. So I'm going to go into Notion right now, and Notion is actually an online platform, and you can create an account for free. And when you start a new page, you have actually a complete blank. So I'm going to start by asking him to build a database. As you can see, I have suggested databases here, like Task Tracker, but I'm going to use the empty database. The Task Tracker is pretty good, but the thing is, if you want to change something in the Task Tracker, you don't know how it's been coded before. So I think it's better to start from the ground so you have the history of what you've been doing before. So let's start with empty database. And as you can see, I just have absolutely nothing in the beginning. Just have name, add property, etc. So here, my main thing, the name are going to be my tasks. Then I can add properties. And as you can see, I have many options on the types of properties I can put. I can put a selection, status, a person, a date, a multi-selection, a number, etc. Numbers are pretty good too. You can make some calculations in it. But we're just going to use in this scenario the selection, and my selection is going to be my project. The next thing was the deadline. So to know the deadline, I'm just going to use the function dates. So when I click on it, I have a calendar. And the next one is going to be the status. So I'm using the selection again, status, and here we go. So what I'm going to do is go into Excel where I have a list of tasks. So I can just copy and paste them. The link with Excel is actually pretty easy between Notion and Excel. And as you can see, my tasks are listed here. And as you can see, I don't have any projects to affect my task. So I'm just going to check the name of my project, Zenith, Stellar, and Velocity. And I'm just going to write Zenith, Stellar, and Velocity. And as you can see, I can just affect some tasks randomly. So the colors are not so good. We can change those. If I go there, I can ask for like an orange. And I have my tasks affected to my project. Then I'm just going to put some deadlines. OK, so my dates are all set up. And now I'm just going to build my status. So the status is pretty much the same. I want to build my options. So what I'm going to do is put to do, done, in progress. And the last one is going to be maybe blocked. We can also personalize this. So I'm going to put the to-do in green, the to-do in red, sorry, way more logical. The done in green, in progress is going to be in between. I'm going to put yellow, and block can be, let's say, purple, for example. And now I can just choose in progress, to do, etc., etc. And as you can see, my list is done. So far, we just have a view like in Excel. Actually, like you don't have any difference with an Excel table. So what you can do is use this option, which is the best one in Notion, I think, because you can have this data, but in the way you want to see them. So I'm just going to click on Add a new view, and I'm going to choose first the board. And as you can see, automatically, Notion produces a board which contains all my projects, and my tasks are stuck in the right project. I can rename it and set by project. And now there is something missing on my view. As you can see, in the Stellar project, I can't see when is my deadline, and I can't see if it's done or not done. So what I can do here is go into the property visibility and ask for the date and ask for the status. I can also show the project on the card, which is very useless because if I do that, I mean, everything here is going to be stellar, everything is going to be velocity. So there is no point of putting the project in here. Let's put it this way so it's very easy to read. And now what I can do also is sort by date my different tasks. So the most important, the most urgent dates are above, so it's sorted. And a problem I might have if I manage my tasks like this is I'm going to have at some point lots of done tasks. So which means my board is going to be very, very filled with useless tasks, which I don't need anymore. So what you can do is actually sort by status, and you can have a negative filter. So I'm going to ask everything that is not done. So when I put something as done, up, it disappears. So I just have my workflow, which is going through, and I can just add tasks like this in the right project directly. I'm going to make other views. So the way you can think about it is if you are in your first database, you can actually make views depending on each one of your property. So the next view you're going to make is depending on the date. So very logically here, you have a calendar or a timeline, which is pretty good also. We're going to use a calendar here. And when I make my calendar, as you can see, all my tasks are arriving in in the same view. And I have the same problem as before. I can see for which project it is, and I can see if it's done or not. So I'm just going to go into property visibility, ask for the project, ask for the status, and I can very easily create a page, deleting it. I can see very easily if it's done or not. I can just move, if a deadline is moving, I can just put it for the 9th. I can just put it for the 18th, and the date is being updated everywhere in every view. And then finally, the last one we're going to do is based on the status. So if I make a new view, and I'm going to ask for eventually a board, when you have a selection, you're going to use a board very often. And when you have date, it's going to be calendar. And you pretty much know lots. If you use numbers, you can use charts also, but basically it's going to be enough for those two options are the most useful. So I'm going to make a board view. As you can see, by default, Notion just takes the first selection he finds and sorts it and, like he did before by project. So I have twice the same view. This is not what I want here. What I want is to have a group by status. So if I click on here on the right on group by, I'm going to ask to group by status, and I have everything that's to do, in progress, and done directly. Same as before, I can see either my dates or my projects, and I have my workflow, which is done right here. And if let's say this is done, I can just put it in done, and it's being updated in every view. So depending on what you're doing, you can actually start building your own data and then just work, for example, only with this view or with this view, the one which is more practical for you. One last option very useful in Notion. If you have notes about, let's say, manage project budget at control cost. It's something you must do. You didn't have time for this, but you had some inputs coming. So what you can do is click on your task, and here you can write some details about the task. You can put some links to emails, you can put some pictures, you can put lots of things. So when you get back to the task, you can find them and have everything centralized in the same place. What you can do too is a lot of different options. So for example, if you want to have a to-do list with a subtask, subtask A, subtask B, etc., you can just write it here. And actually, Notion is very flexible. You can do whatever you want basically, and add some stuff and put other, like if you want to have a sub pages in this, you can make another page and then make another page. This is actually the danger of Notion. You can have pages and pages and pages, and you can get lost at some point, but it's actually a pretty good way to manage your data of daily task management. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and propose me some subjects that I can work on for a video. And I wish you a good day and see you in the next video.